Bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktirbhavati naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nanda Gopakumara Govindaya Namo Namaha Nama Pankajanabhaya Nama Pankajamalini Nama Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangre Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. So for us here in Zurich today is Nityananda Triyodashi. I know in India for everyone it is tomorrow. So this is the week of Lord Nityananda. So wishing everyone a very, very happy Sri Nityananda Prabhu's appearance day. Hari Bol. So today we are going to be reading from Shrimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, entitled The Status Quo. We'll be reading from chapter 18, entitled The Battle Between Lord Boar and the Demon Hiranyaksha. We will be reading from text 21 through 25. So would someone like to read text 21, please?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Asanna Shaundi Tam Apeta Sadvasam Kruta Pratikaram Aharya Vikramam Vilaksha Daityam Bhagavan Sahasrani Jagada Narayanam Adishukharam. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Divya Mataji, the translation. Divya Mataji.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. After arriving at the place of combat, Brahma, the leader of thousands of sages and transcendentalists, saw the demon who had attained such unprecedented power that no one could fight with him. Brahma then addressed Narayana, who was assuming the form of a boar for the first time. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams.
Hare Krishna, thank you. 22 and 23, please.
Sindhu Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Pranams Mataji. Text 22-23. Brahmavacha Eshate Deva Devanam Angrimulam Upeyusham Vipranam Saurabeinam Bhutanam Api Anagasham Agaskrit Bhayakrit Dushkrit Asmad Radhavaroshurah Anveshan Apratirato Lokanadati Kantakaha. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Vaishali Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dandvat Pranam. Lord Brahma said, "My dear Lord, this demon has proved to be a constant pinprick to the demigods. The Brahmanas, the cows, and the innocent persons who are spotless and always dependent upon worshipping your lotus feet. He has become a source of fear by unnecessarily harassing them. Since he has attained a boon from me, he has become a demon, always searching for a proper combatant, wandering all over the universe for the infamous purpose." Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you. Text 24.
Anita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, can I pull up?
Yeah, sorry, Mataji.
Can I pull up the words, Mataji?
Yeah, 24. Yeah, Chandana Mataji is doing that.
Okay,
24,
just
Mataji.
purport, right? I have to read the
Mataji, it is purport. Purport is not needed.
No, I think Mataji has told 24 text.
Okay, Mataji. Mainam mayavinam driftam nirankusham asattamam akreda balavat deva yata shivisham mutitham yata shivisham mutitham.
Sarvana Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanatva. Translation. Lord Brahma continued, My dear Lord, there is no need to play with this serpentine demon, who is always very skilled in conjuring tricks and is ignorant, self-sufficient and most wicked. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Text 25, please.
Namita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Na yavad esaval deta swam velam prapya darunah swam deva mayam asthaya tavaj jaya agam achyuta. Hare Krishna.
Krishnamurti Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Translation by Hare Krishna Mataji. Translation by A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Brahma continued, My dear Lord, you are infallible. Please kill this sinful demon before the dynamic hour arrives and he presents another formidable approach favorable to him. You can kill him by your internal potency without doubt. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhus and Matajis. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimiraandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim Yatkripatamaham vande Shri Guru Vinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. So here in these verses, very, very special verses, it's actually very significant, that this is the week of Lord Nityananda and that we are reciting the glories of Lord Varahadev. So how Lord Varahadev, he has appeared on the scene, that Varahadev is showing us the Srila Prabhupada mentions that Varahadev is such an incarnation. He's the incarnation of a boar. He has come with a very specific purpose, and the Lord, he is displaying through by taking the form of Lord Varahadev, that the Lord can take any form that he wants, any form, in any species of life. Krishna can appear. That is the beauty of Krishna. Nothing is inferior nor superior, right? Like for us, normally a boar or a pig is something like a filthy animal, very lowly animal, low creature. But the Lord has made it glorious by taking his appearance in the species of Lord Varaha, as Lord Varaha. In fact, Srila Prabhupada says that, these incarnations that we are, seeing, that are mentioned here in Shrimad Bhagavatam, the 6 kinds of incarnations that we see, especially Lord Varaha is a He is a Leela avatar of Krishna. So these are just a few mentioned incarnations that are there. Krishna's incarnations, Srila Prabhupada explains in Shrimad Bhagavatam, they are like the waves of the ocean. They are unlimited. There are as many species of life there is. Krishna has taken his incarnation in each and every species of, of life. Such an amazing thing. Imagine even a mosquito, even, as a little, even in any life form we can think of, Krishna's incarnation is there. So Lord Varahadev, Krishna came as Lord Varahadev, of course, because Hiranyaksha, as the name suggests, he had exploited all the resources of Mother Earth in search of gold. So when, because that's what his name suggests, Hiranya Aksha, one who is always searching for gold, always looking for gold. That was his craziness. And because of his craziness, he had, created an imbalance in the earth. And that is the reason why Mother Earth fell down from her orbit and she fell into the Garbhodaka ocean. That's why Lord Varahadev had to come down and, because the earth had fallen into a filthy place. It was not such a nice place that Mother Earth had fallen into. So that is why very appropriately, very intelligently, Krishna manifested his form in the form of a boar, because a boar always goes into filthy little places. And then he went inside the ocean and he picked up Mother Earth on his tusks and he placed her back on her orbit. So the form of a boar was very, very appropriate. And that's why Jayadev Goswami in his Dashavatara Stotra, he glorifies Lord Varahadev by saying that how he picks up planet Earth from the bottom of the Garbhodaka ocean and places her back into the orbit. So Varahadev, there is a very, very beautiful pastime because, it is mentioned by Srila Prabhupada that Varahadev actually comes in two forms. There is a Shweta Varaha form, that is the white incarnation of the boar, and the one that fought with Hiranyaksha was the red incarnation. That's why we see the picture. If we see the picture of Lord Varahadev, which is fighting with Hiranyaksha, we see that the color of Lord Varahadev's body is actually red. So there are two incarnations of Lord Varahadeva. Just like there are, incarnations of Narsinghadev also. There is two, one Lord Narsinghadev who destroyed the Hiranyakashipu demon, and he destroyed him with his nails, Nakam. And there is one of the chief, it is said the chief of the military of Hiranyakashipu, Nrsingadev had come for him also in a different kalpa, and he destroyed that chief of Hiranyakashipu with his Sudarshan chakra, but which was made out of foam. So that is a different Lord Nrsingadev. So like this, we say that we are actually in the kalpa. This kalpa is actually called Shweta Varaha kalpa. That's why we see that when we are reciting any yagya mantras, we say Shweta Varaha kalpe jambu dvipe, right? We say like that. So this is the Shweta Varaha kalpa. So this is the kalpa of the white boar incarnation of the Supreme Lord, and the one that came here to fight with Hiranyaksha is the red boar incarnation of the Lord. So it is said that Lord Varahadev has a very beautiful pastime even in connection to Navadvip Dham. Varahadev, he appeared, especially Navadvip Dham itself, which is called as one of the 9 islands, is called as Koladvip. It is named after Lord Varahadev. Kola means Varaha or a boar. So Lord Varahadev, he was worshipped in Koladvip. It is said that there was one Vasudeva Vipra. one Brahmana, his name was Vasudeva, and he was very, very ardent devotee of Lord Varahadev. He would worship Lord Varaha with all his heart. And in this city of Navadvip. And Lord Varaha was so pleased with this great devotee of his that he appeared in Koladvip to give his darshan to Vasudev Vipra. And he said that this Navadvip Dham, Varahadev is saying this. This is there in the Navadvip Mahatmya. Lord Varahadev himself is speaking that this Navadvip Dham is very, very dear to me. All of my incarnations, all of my different incarnations are all residing here in Sri Navadvip Dham. And in Kali Yuga, I will also come here in my most munificent incarnation, which is the source of the fountainhead of all incarnations, as Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And I will perform the Sankirtan of the holy name. So Varahadev, he revealed to this Vasudeva Vipra that he will come and he will manifest as Lord Gauranga. And this is actually happened in Satya Yuga. So this is the time of the Shweta Varaha had come here. So the pastime, he said that when I come as Lord Chaitanya, Varahadev said, you also come and you also take part in this Sankirtan pastimes. So then, Varahadev said, because you're such a dear devotee of mine, I cannot tolerate separation from you. So when I come as Lord Chaitanya, that time you also come with me. So then, of course, we know that, yes, the same Vasudeva Vipra had appeared as Vasudev, and who was Vasudeva in the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. Very sweet pastimes took place, and we'll not get into that. But, sometimes when we see that, these things are happening between the demigods and the demons, Srila Prabhupada, in one of Srila Prabhupada's lectures, a very funny comment Srila Prabhupada made is that sometimes we can tend to think that, oh, my, these demons are very foolish. They ask for so many benedictions, but Krishna always tricks them and kills them with so much injustice. Krishna does this. Why he does this? Why does he do like this? These demons are very simple-hearted. If you see Hiranyaksha, if you see Hiranyakashipu, they were all very powerful. But the Lord came and kind of, tricked them, that this Hiranyaksha was so mighty, so powerful. He was so, he was alone. He was always very much atrocious towards the demigods. But then this one Supreme Lord came and he became heavy on, the demon. And he made the demon lose and, killed the demon. Sometimes with not so proper means, right? Unjust means. But the Lord's reply is that, yes, I am the beast of the jungle. I have come and I am meant to eat dogs like you. This is Varahadev's response. Those who think that, Srila Prabhupada says the less intelligent people, they can think, like apparently when we come in the middle of a movie, and we see that the villain is getting beaten up by the hero. We think, oh, this is so much injustice. How can this person, he's so not so powerful or not so this, but he's beating up the powerful man. It's injustice. But it's not like that. He's actually the villain. He's the demon. And that's why it is justified for the Lord to kill him. So that's why Krishna is saying that, those who are aristocratic people, Krishna is saying, Lord Varahadev is saying, aristocratic people, they go on horses, they go for hunting, lower animals. So boars are actually very ferocious animals. Wild boars, they have, tusks which are very sharp like razor. But when people go for hunting of these boars, they go with many dogs. That is the way boars are hunted. And many of these dogs are actually ripped into pieces by the boar when they go for hunting like that. So, Lord Varaha's reply to Hiranyaksha, therefore, that I am meant for eating dogs like you. It was very, very appropriate, So, therefore, in the middle of something, we should not be judgmental that, oh, Krishna is doing something injustice. Because Krishna, he is Prem Parayan. Prem Parayan means that he always favors love. In the contrast, we can say that Lord Ramachandra, he is Niyam Parayan. He's always following very proper etiquettes, very proper rules and regulations. He is, Maryada Purushottam Sri Ram. He's the follower of proper etiquettes, rules, and regulations. That is why he's called as Niyam Parayan. He is always favoring rules and regulations. Krishna, however, he is Prem Parayan. He doesn't care. Krishna boldly declares, that yes, in the Bhagavad Gita also Krishna is saying that I am equal to all living entities, but those who are my devotees, I specially favor them. Krishna is openly declaring his bias towards his devotees. Krishna can go to any extent. He can bend any rules just to protect his devotees. We see how during the battle of Kurukshetra, during the last leg of the battle, when Duryodhana and Bhima were fighting, it was a Gadayudh. It was fighting with club. And Gadayudh's rule is that it should not go below the waist. The hit should not go below the waist. That is the rule of, this fight. And when Duryodhana, he was winning the situation, the battle, he was winning in the combat between him and Bhima. And at that time, Krishna, he was pointing to his, his own thigh and reminding Bhima that, Bhima, you had promised that you had sworn that you're going to destroy the jang, the thigh of Duryodhana, because he had called Draupadi, the most chaste of all women, to come and sit on that thigh. And that day, during the day of insult of Mother Draupadi, Bhima had made two promises, that he's going to, rip apart the heart of Dushasana, and, with that blood, he's going to wipe the insult of Draupadi, and he's going to tear apart the thigh of Duryodhana. That was the promise, that Bhima had taken. And Krishna reminded Bhima at the right time. And then Bhima started pounding on Duryodhana's thighs. So it was against the principles of the fight of the Gada Yuddha. That how can, Bhima strike below the waist of Duryodhana? Then when actually Lord Balaram also came at that time, and many people, many sages had gathered, and they said, no, this was injustice. This is not proper. How can Bhima do this? So then Krishna said, no, it is not injustice. Why? Because this Duryodhana, he's not just on the side of Adharma, but he is Adharma personified. And this, thigh of Duryodhana had to be vanquished. He had to die. So Bhimasena has done nothing wrong, because, ultimately I am the Supreme Lord. I am, dharmastu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Whatever comes from my mouth, that is dharma, Krishna said. So I have told him to fight, and I have told him to destroy, Duryodhana's thigh. So he is right. He has not done anything wrong. So this is Prem Parayan of Krishna. That Krishna can go to any extent to fulfill his promise. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashrati. That Krishna can go up to any extent to safeguard his devotees, to protect his devotees. So in this way, we see how, Varahadev also, he manifested in this way, and, just killed Hiranyaksha. And we know that the previous few verses, if we see from 14 onwards, there, there Shukadev Goswami is talking, Maitreya Rishi is telling Vidura that how, Varahadev was also, getting injured by the heavy blows of Hiranyaksha. Varahadev was also getting injured. So when the demigods were seeing that Varahadev is beating Hiranyaksha, they would become very happy. But when they would see that Hiranyaksha is beating up Varahadev, they would feel very, oh, what's going to happen? Is Krishna or Varahadev going to lose now? That's why Lord Brahma actually appears on this scene. And he says, my dear Lord, we know that your hands were very much itching. We know that. This is the first time, imagine, that after Jaya and Vijay were cursed by the four Kumaras, we know one of the internal reasons why they were cursed, right? One of the internal reasons was that Krishna's hands were itching to fight. He wanted to fight, and there was no one he was able to fight with. So therefore, he wanted to fight. And, Krishna was fulfilling his heart's desire. Oh, I'm fighting. And Krishna was enjoying the blows of Hiranyaksha. But that was giving too much tension to the Devatas. So therefore, in these few verses, Lord, Brahma, he's coming and telling Lord Varahadev, my dear Lord, please don't play around with him anymore. We know that your hands were itching, my Lord. Enough. Now you're giving too much tension to us. Now the inauspicious muhurta is coming when, the demons, they get more power because of the positioning of the, the day. So the position of the planets also, that muhurta is coming. So please, my Lord, don't give more tension to us. Just finish this fellow, finish this guy, just kill him, So Varahadev will control his, urge to get beaten up and get more blows from Hiranyaksha. And then it is said that Varahadev, right here, below the ear of Hiranyaksha, he gives a blow. Just one, like a little slap below the ear of Hiranyaksha. And then one slap kills Hiranyaksha. So what does this prove? That the Supreme Lord, he was just fighting because he was wanting to fight like that. He was desiring that someone should be able to fight in the battle with him. That was his desire. And because he was giving tension to the Devatas, that is the reason why Lord Brahma is now coming here and saying, my Lord, stop playing around with him and please just go ahead and kill him. So like this, Varahadev, he has come as the fulfillment of the desires and to please the devotees, to please his devotees, the Devatas. Lord Varahadev came and then he fulfilled the desire of the Devatas by killing this demon Hiranyaksha. So this is the pastime that we are covering today in these verses from 21 through 25. So I was thinking that since, Varahadev, we spoke about him, we might also just prepare our mood in welcoming Lord Nityananda. But before we do that, there's a very significant point Srila Prabhupada mentions here in the purport of 21 through, in the verses from 22 and 23. Srila Prabhupada mentions one point that he says that when demons, when they receive power, when they receive power, then out of their arrogance, out of their ego, they actually become more proud, they become more arrogant in their pride, in their power, they become more, very dangerous. And Srila Prabhupada gives the example of Bhasmasura here in the purport. Srila Prabhupada says that whatever blessing they receive from the Devatas, they want to use that to harm the Devatas themselves, like Bhasmasura. he got the benediction from Lord Shiva that whosever head he will touch, that head will blow into pieces. So this demon was so obnoxious that as soon as Lord Shiva said Tathastu, this demon was so horrible. He was following Lord Shiva everywhere to touch his head so that Lord Shiva's head would blow into pieces. This is the quality of demons. That demons are, don't have any gratitude. They don't have any kind of, any good qualities at all. They are only looking for their selfish things. Just how they can become, powerful, what they can do. So whoever has given them the benediction, they want to harm that person only. Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that. But devotees are not like that. Srila Prabhupada is saying the devotees, when they receive any kind of benediction, they actually want to just share it rather with everybody else. They don't even want to keep it to themselves. And in fact, they don't even want any kind of benediction from anyone. Even the Supreme Lord, they don't want any benediction. Even the Supreme Lord wants to come and give liberation. The devotee runs away, says, no, my Lord, I don't want even liberation. Mukti, I don't want. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that mukti is standing like this with folded hands in front of a devotee. That please use me in your service. And the devotee is saying, Nana, the devotee is actually running away from mukti. No, I don't want you. I don't want you. I just want bhakti to Krishna. I just want bhakti. So this is the position of a devotee, that when they receive any kind of benediction, they actually share that with the rest of the world. That is the glory of devotees and demons. You see, when power comes, with that comes responsibility. When we have power, when we are given power, with that comes responsibility. So here the demons, Hiranyaksha, we'll see later on, even Hiranyakashipu, they were given so much power. They had so much power in them, but they misutilized all that power. Rather, we see in the life of Hanumanji, he was also given so much power. When he was born, all the devatas, they came and they offered so many benedictions to Hanuman. Oh, you'll get this, you do this, this, may you have this power, may you have this power. They all came and gave him so much power. But because Hanumanji was very young, he was very naughty. Very, very naughty. He was very immature. He didn't know how to utilize that power or how to be responsible for that power. And he started causing havoc amongst the rishis and the munis, the great sages. So the sages, they just gathered together and said, Are Baba, this Hanuman is really creating so much havoc. He's, making us go and sit on top of trees. From mountains, we are getting transported into trees. He's just playing with us like balls. What is he doing, So, oh, we can't take this anymore. Let us make him forget all his powers. So then the sages, they curse Hanuman by saying that you'll forget all your powers. And then Anjaneya said, no, please forgive me. I was, little bit in my craziness, immaturity. I was doing all this. Forgive me. So then the sages said, when it will be the right time, when you really need to use your powers in the service of the Supreme Lord, that time the powers, once they are reminded to you, you will get back all your powers. Don't worry. So then Hanumanji was okay. So he could not actually go and tell anyone that, oh, please remind me my powers, because he had forgotten about his powers. So he did not know. So he couldn't even ask anyone that, please remind me of my powers. Nobody knew that Hanuman had forgotten. But when it was time for, the Vanar Sena, that they had to go in search of Mother Sita, and they knew that Ravana's kingdom was across the ocean. And who was going to cross the ocean? So Nal and Neel said, oh, we may be able to go, but we'll just be able to go even maybe 1/4 of the way of the ocean. We'll fall down in between the ocean because we are not so good in jumping that far. We can't do it. So nobody was able to do it. Then Jambavan, the wise bear, he said, okay, remind Anjanaya, Hanumanji, that this is your power. Now utilize it in the service of Krishna, of Lord Ramachandra. So then Hanumanji was remembering all his powers. And then with Jai Shri Ram, he just crossed over the ocean. He came to Mother Sita. So why am I talking about Hanumanji in this context? There's two reasons. Of course, what happens when we get power? And also, what do we do when we get power? We see Hiranyaksha, when he got the power, what did he do? He went and exploited Mother Earth. He exploited Mother Earth to such an extent that she fell down from her orbit and she just fell into the ocean. He exploited Mother Earth. But Hanumanji, on the other side, when he had so much power, he actually went to Mother Sita, who is none other than, she's the daughter of Bhumi Devi, she's called as Bhumija. One of the names of Mother Sita is Bhumija and Lakshmi Devi. He went there to serve Mother Sita. And when he went to serve Mother Sita, Hanumanji told Mother Sita that, please, my dear mother, in Ashok Vatika, he said, I have come. He presented Lord Ram's ring to Mother Sita and said, come, dear mother, I can take you, just come on my back and I'll fly with you across the ocean. I'll take you back to Lord Ram. You don't have to worry about anything. Don't stay here with all these demons. Come with me. I'll rescue you. And then Mother Sita said, no, I will not come. What if, first reason Mother Sita gives is, what if I fall down? When you're flying, what if I fall down? This was one external reason she gave. And then Hanumanji said, no, don't worry, Mata. I will not drop you. You just hold on to me very tightly. I will take you very safely. I will take you across the ocean. You just hold on to me. I will not let you fall. Don't worry. So then Mother Sita said, second reason. Mother Sita said, no, my dear Hanuman, I will not be able to come and hold you because, I don't want that I should touch any other man other than my dear Lord Ram, other than my husband. So I know Ravana brought me here, but, that was out of my will. But willingly, I don't want to touch anyone else other than my husband. So please, he said, then Hanumanji said, but my dear mother, I am not any other man. I'm your son. Mother can always touch son. I'm your son. You come with me. So even this argument of Mother Sita, Hanumanji was able to, counteract. He said, no, mother, you are my mother. And Sita Mata, she started crying and she said, yes, no doubt. You are my son. But the main reason why I don't want to come with you, the third reason was the main reason. She said, a very, very valuable statement. She said that, my dear son, I want to give the credit of my release to my dear Lord Ramachandra. That the world should know that my husband came and protected me and saved me from this demon. I want the glory of my Lord to go all over the world. That is why I don't want to come with you. So as soon as Hanumanji heard this reason, he immediately accepted, yes, even I want that all glory should come to my Lord Ram. And it's okay. I will go and give your message to Lord Ramachandra and he will come and rescue you. So this is the the result of power. So much humility. We see the humility of Hanumanji. If he wanted, he could have just immediately, killed Ravana at that time itself. But these words of Mother Sita stopped Hanumanji from even harming Ravana. That he wanted to give that entire credit to Lord Ramachandra. That is the quality of a devotee. But a demon, rather than that, on the contrast to that, they want all credit for themselves. So that is the reason why Lord Nityananda, he has appeared in this Kali Yuga, because in Kali Yuga, each and every one of us have these qualities that are filled with the qualities like Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. We are also always seeking gold, name, fame, profit, adoration, distinction. We are just filled with these demoniac qualities. Each and every one of us in Kali Yuga, we are just one Hiranyakshas and one Hiranyakashipus. Such great demons, demoniac natures, demoniac tendencies are filled in our heart. And that is the reason why Lord Nityananda and Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu have appeared in this Kali Yuga to destroy and vanquish this demoniac nature. When Jagai and Madhai, when they were being pursued by Lord Nityananda, and Madhai struck Lord Nityananda with the broken, pot, and blood was oozing out. And that time also Lord Nityananda was giving so much mercy and said that, my dear Madhai, mere chish koloshir kana ta bole ki prem devo na, that you are beating me up, but why will I not give you prema even then? I will give you prema. So this is the mercy. But when Lord Chaitanya heard that Nityananda Prabhu was struck, Lord Chaitanya could not tolerate it. That Lord Chaitanya came on the spot and he invoked his Sudarshan. Sudarshan he called, and Sudarshan came flying. He came on the finger of Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Chaitanya wanted to cut the head of Madhai. But Nityananda Prabhu said, no, Mahaprabhu, please don't. And Lord Chaitanya was getting angry at Sudarshan, that Sudarshan, why are you not listening to me? Why are you disobeying my instruction? And Sudarshan said, my Lord, you have said that your devotees are greater than you, that I have to follow the instructions of your dear devotees. You have told me that. So how can I disobey your instructions? Your devotee Nityananda Prabhu is telling that I should not go. How can I proceed? So Sudarshan, this was the only time in the history of the world that Sudarshan disobeyed the orders of the Supreme Lord, because of Lord Nityananda Ram. And Nityananda Prabhu, because of that mercy, he told Lord Chaitanya that, my Lord, if you kill Madhai, you're killing a demon, no doubt. But then you have to kill everybody in Kali Yuga, because everybody to some extent is like Jagai and Madhai. So you have to kill everyone, but this is not the purpose of this most munificent form. You have come to kill the demoniac natures in everyone. So kill their demoniac natures. Give them Krishna Prema. So this is how Nityananda Prabhu was there constantly with Lord Chaitanya to remind him that what was the purpose of Mahaprabhu's incarnation. Why did Mahaprabhu come? He has come to take away these demoniac propensities that is there in each and every one of us, and to give us Krishna Prem. And that is only by the mercy of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So this is what happened, that Lord Nityananda, when he left Ekachakra, Lord Nityananda's appearance is in Ekachakra, in Radhadesh, in Ekachakra Dham. And when Lord Nityananda, we know his childhood, sweet childhood pastimes, that how he would just enact so many dramas with his friends. He would do so many things. But when he was 12 years old, Lord Nityananda he left Ekachakra with the sannyasi, and Lord Nityananda traveled all over India. But Lord Nityananda, who was always filled with Krishna Prema, anybody who would see him, they would just become also, maddened with ecstasy. But Lord Nityananda never spoke from his mouth. He never ever spoke the chanting of the holy names. He never told anyone that, oh, please chant Hare Krishna. He never told. Why? Because Lord Nityananda wanted to give this credit to Lord Chaitanya, that he is the Sankirtana Kapitaro, means he is the founder of the Sankirtan movement. So Lord Nityananda, he did not speak about chanting Hare Krishna before he met Lord Chaitanya. He wanted to give, just like Hanumanji wanted to give that credit to Lord Ramachandra. Similarly, here Nityananda Prabhu did not speak about the chanting of the holy names to anybody before he met Lord Nityananda, before he met Lord Chaitanya. So Lord Nityananda, it is said that, he traveled all over India, so many places he traveled, and then finally he was in Vrindavan. And in Vrindavan, Lord Nityananda spent a lot of time just waiting. Why waiting? To wait for Lord Chaitanya to start his Sankirtan movement. So now, just see one important point. That Lord Nityananda had taken a promise that he is not going to utter or preach the holy names without Lord Chaitanya. Now, Lord Chaitanya also wanted to reciprocate with the promise of Lord Nityananda, that before Lord Nityananda arrived in Mayapur, Lord Chaitanya would actually have his Sankirtan, his nocturnal kirtans, his night-long kirtans, was only limited to very selected devotees in the home of Srivas Thakur or in the home of Advaita Acharya. Nowhere else the holy names had not come out into the streets of Nadia. It had not come out. So Lord Chaitanya was also waiting for Lord Nityananda's arrival so that they could then take out the chanting of the holy names to the streets of Navadvip. So before that, Lord Chaitanya would only chant with the devotees. He would not take out the chanting to anybody in Nadia. This is how Lord Chaitanya also reciprocated with Lord Nityananda's, reciprocate. This was the loving reciprocation. So when Lord Nityananda, when he arrived, when Lord Chaitanya revealed to Lord Nityananda's heart that he has received initiation and now it is time for him to come to, back to Nadia and he will start the Sankirtan movement. At that time, Lord Nityananda said, okay, now it is time for me to go and join my Lord Chaitanya in Navadvip. So Lord Nityananda arrived in Navadvip and he hid in the home of Nandanacharya. Lord Nityananda just started staying there. And it is said that Lord Chaitanya had a beautiful dream that night. And he saw that a beautiful chariot had pulled up. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur describes this dream of Lord Chaitanya, that a beautiful chariot pulled up in front of Nimai Pandit's house. And there was this beautiful personality. His complexion was like that of a champaka flower. He was wearing blue garments and he had a mace in his hand. And he was going door to door and he was saying, is this Nimai Pandit's house? Is this Nimai Pandit's house? And Vrindavan Das Thakur is explaining in Bengali, Eta ki Nimai Panditer bari? Means, is this the home of Lord of Nimai Pandit? Tell me. So Lord Chaitanya, the next day, he told this dream to, Advaita Acharya, to Haridas Thakur. And, he said that go and search for this personality. There is one personality who has come who is as brilliant as millions of suns. Go and search for this personality. So all the devotees, they went in search parties, all over Nadia they went. And the end of the day, they came back and they said, no, we could not find who has come. Who you're talking about, Mahaprabhu, we don't know. We can't find him. We just couldn't find him. And Lord Chaitanya said, okay, tomorrow morning we will go and I will find him. So then the very next day in the morning, Lord Chaitanya took his devotees and arrived straight to the home of Sri Nandanacharya. And when Lord Chaitanya arrived at the home of Sri Nandanacharya, it is said that Lord Nityananda was sitting under a tree in the home, in the courtyard of Nandanacharya's courtyard. And the devotees, when they saw the divine beauty of Lord Nityananda, they just could not control their tears because the ambrosial nectar of Lord Nityananda's beauty was just captivating their heart. They noticed that Lord Nityananda's eyes were, so beautiful, like that of a deer. Nityananda Prabhu's beautiful golden colored body is said to have a reddish tinge like copper. It is gold mixed with copper. In this connection, sorry, I'm just taking a detour, but when Panchatattva were being carved in Kumbakonam, Mayapur Panchatattva were being carved in Kumbakonam, Srila Jayapataka Maharaj, based on this description of Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, he said that Lord Nityananda's complexion should have a reddish hue. So only in his form, if we notice carefully, Lord Nityananda has a little bit more content of copper in his body. So Lord Nityananda Prabhu, if you see Panchatattva very closely, especially not just in pictures, but whenever we go to Mayapur, please try to take darshan this way, that Lord Nityananda actually emanates a reddish hue. He's golden, no doubt, he's golden, but he has a reddish hue that just emanates because this quantity of copper is a little more in his body, so that it is matching with the exact description that Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur gives, that he is like the complexion of a golden champaka flower or the rising of the sun. And when the sun rises, it has a little crimson appearance, a reddish appearance is there. So that is the complexion of Lord Nityananda. Such a beautiful description. And Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur continues to say that, he is having such beautiful ornaments that are glistening all over his body. There was, he's wearing blue colored dhoti. He is having beautiful, sapphire embedded ankle belts that he's wearing on his lotus feet, reddish lotus feet. There are 3 toenails, in his toes. There are 3 toe rings that he's wearing in each of his lotus feet. And he's wearing a blue color dhoti, and there is a golden color sash that is, tightly fastened across his hips. A yellow turban that of a champaka flower, he's wearing a turban which is decorating his head. And his peaceful lotus face was so beautiful, so, snigdha to behold, that, everyone who just saw him, they were incessantly just crying tears of love of God. And he was absorbed in deep love of Krishna. And he was holding a golden stick, like a staff in his hand. There were golden necklaces that were hanging around his chest. And Lord Nityananda, he actually wears only 1 earring. Lord Nityananda is described to be the fashion icon of the spiritual world. He has, sapphire inlaid pearl earring that dangles only in his left ear. It is said like that. He wears earrings only in his left ear. And his lotus palms are reddish like that of a night blooming lotus. So beautiful were, each and every bodily limbs of Lord Nityananda, that, as soon as Lord Chaitanya then entered after behind the devotees, and Lord Nityananda realized that Lord Chaitanya is there, Lord Nityananda opened his lotus-like eyes, which were so red, deeply maddened with pure love of God, and seeing Lord Gauranga, just like a maddened, intoxicated elephant, Lord Nityananda started walking towards Lord Gauranga. And when he was walking, Shri Nitai's ankle bells, they went with the sound Runu, Junu, Runu, Junu. This is how Vrindavan Das Thakur explains it. And Lord Nityananda actually, he was not even able to walk properly. He started he was just looking at Lord Gauranga with unblinking eyes, and Lord Gaura Hari, Shri Gaura Sundara, he was also not able to just, both of them like as if froze in seeing each other, the beauty of each other. And to everyone's amazement, Lord Nityananda was just standing there speechless, completely enchanted by Shri Gaura Hari's magnanimous beauty. And at that moment, Sri Vishwambhara Rai, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he just ran towards Lord Nityananda because Lord Nityananda was about to collapse just by looking at the beauty of Lord Chaitanya. And then Lord Chaitanya ran towards Lord Nityananda and embraced him. And both of them, when they embraced, it was like, two oceans of pure love were just meeting with each other. And this, everyone who was present there, they were just crying tears of ecstasy. They never had witnessed so much love being manifested. So much love being manifested. Nobody had, witnessed this. And they could all imagine that, oh, this is feeling like Ram Lakshmana reuniting. When Lakshmana's body was struck by the Indras, by Indrasen, by Vajrasen, the Shakti weapon. At that time, when Hanuman brought the Sanjeevani, when Lakshmana came back to life, at that time, how Lord Ramachandra had embraced Lakshmana, they felt, every devotee could feel that this was the same moment they could relive when Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya were meeting for the first time. The same emotions were being exchanged, and that too at its height. If you multiply that to the score of infinity, that's how much love everyone was feeling. So the intensity of love between Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityananda Ram can be properly described only by the example of the loving relationship that is displayed between Lord Ramachandra and Lakshmana, and between Lord Balaram and Lord Krishna. And when they were embracing each other, seeing all this, the devotees, they were not able to keep their sanity. They were crying, they were rolling on the ground. And this was the first time that in the history that this phrase was coined. Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Harivo. So all devotees, they started crying out loudly by saying, Nitai Gaura Prema Anande, means seeing the love of Nitai and Gaura in that ananda, in that bliss. Everyone was chanting Hari Hari, Hari Hari. So this is how Lord Nityananda Prabhu manifested himself in the pastimes of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So I thought that this would be a very appropriate pastime to share, that how Lord Nityananda, made, just like the way Lord Nityananda made his appearance to the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. In the same way, we beg Lord Nityananda to make his arrival into our hearts and to make his permanent residence in our heart, so that Lord Nityananda never leaves our heart. And Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur says that anyone who hears this pastime of the arrival of Lord Nityananda into Navadvip and the meeting of Sri Gaura and Nitai, that they will be blessed with pure love of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and Lord Nityananda will become enthroned in the region of their hearts. So with this prayer, we conclude our session, that, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, actually, he has written, Nityananda Ashtakam, very beautiful Nityananda Ashtakam, that where he's saying that he is the root of the Krishna Bhakti tree. Lord Nityananda is the root of the Krishna Bhakti tree, and whose bright face, it mocks the autumn moon, and whose complexion glistens, whose gait is like that of a maddened elephant, and who is always intoxicated in Krishna prema. He embodies pure spiritual energy, whose face has a gentle smile that just removes the sins of anyone who just glances at the lotus face of Lord Nityananda, whose eyes are always rolling because he's intoxicated in Krishna prema, and he holds a staff, a golden staff. And he is actually piercing, the reason why Lord Nityananda has a staff in his hand is because he is piercing the influence of Kali Yuga with that staff of his. So we seek shelter of Lord Nityananda. We'll just conclude with this first verse of the Nityananda Ashtakam as written by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. Sharad Chandra Bhrantim Spurada Amalakantim Gajagatim Hari Premonmata Dreta Paramasatvam Smita Mukham Sada Ghurna Netram Kara Kalita Vetram Kalibhidam Bhaje Nityanandam Bhajana Tarukandam Niravadhi. Jai Shri Nityananda Ram ki Jai. Shri Varahadev ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. ISKCON Vartaman Guru Vrinda ki Jai. Jai Nitai Gaur Sitanath Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Thank you all so much. Hare Krishna. If there's any questions, comments, realizations, or reflections, we can take that now. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. We could actually feel Nityanand Prabhu come into our hearts and our lives. Mataji, the description was so divine and blissful.
Yes, Mataji. We were so engrossed in the story. It was too much, Mataji. Too good. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Yeah, it was really very nice, Mataji.
Described very nicely, Mataji.
Heart melted, I can say.
Yes, yes, so true.
You could actually visualize it, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. So before me saying, everyone has said already, Mataji, what a wonderful description on and what else we can expect to hear on this, auspicious day of Ara Dwadashi and one day prior to Nityanand Trayodashi. The bodily description which you have given of Nityanand Prabhu, it was really, really wonderful, Mataji. So I can see everyone was enjoying. Those who had switched on their camera, we can see that they were smiling, they were enjoying the description. So very, very grateful to you, Mataji, because you have set our mood, actually you have set our mood. So thank you so much. I think Krishnamurti Prabhu wants to say something.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, we have no voice to talk. If we talk much, definitely we will forget everything. So I am not ready to forget. So Mataji, one little question at your end. Thing
Yes.
is, Lord, Supreme Lord is manifesting in all the creatures, what your kind self has, right from the ant or mosquito to all the women. Then why we people used to negate or hesitate? To whom you are negating? Either Supreme Lord itself, or is the modes, or their qualities? Which one we were going to? Someone we will making them friends, and then some will become relations. Someone will become enemies. How? Why?
That is because of our free will, Prabhu. Krishna, Krishna is supremely independent, right? He is Abhigya Swarat. He is completely independent. And because we are part and parcels of Krishna, we also have that independence, that minute, in a very minute way, we have that free will. that independence. So by our independence, we also, in our ego, because of our negativities, of our anarthas, we also have this tendency that even I want to lord it over the material nature. And when these egoistic propensities come, that's when these things manifest. So
then how we have to overcome all these things?
By surrendering to Krishna, by realizing that we are part and parcel of Krishna, that yes, we have to utilize our independence, our free will in surrendering to Krishna and recognizing that Krishna is the only Purusha and that we are Prakriti, that Krishna is the only enjoyer and we are meant to be enjoyed by Krishna. So, just like Srila Prabhupada gives this example that, if we do, in previous days, when they would cook, the fire would become covered with ashes, correct?
Yes,
so when the fire would become covered with ashes, if you blow the ashes, then the fire would again, but
comes
then
out.
sometimes, when the ashes come too much, the fire is completely hidden below. No one can say that there is fire inside. Similarly, because of our anarthas, we have become covered and covered and covered with so many layers of ashes. So this Hare Krishna Mahamantra is like that. We are blowing away those ashes so that our real Swarupa, which is Jiver Swarup Hoy Krishner Nityadas, that this Swarupa can come up and that we can willingly surrender to Krishna. So that is by the, association that we have, by chanting the holy names, then we can, reawaken our lost consciousness.
Yes.
Wonderful
Thank you,
philosophy,
Mataji.
Mataji. Lovely
Thank you,
philosophy.
Mataji. It is to be implemented. We have to take over to it is to be implemented right from this moment only.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other question?
First time we have heard so much about Lord Nityananda, Mataji. So amazing. We were so lost. Thank you so much, Mataji. Dandat Pranam.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare. Okay, so no more questions. We'll end the session here. We'll meet tomorrow again, morning at 9:30. Tomorrow is Nityananda Triyodashi, so we'll start our session with Shrimad Bhagavatam, and then we will hear about Nityananda Prabhu once again. So, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Hare Bol. And Mataji and Prabhu will, as I've already said, that they will come, more frequently in our sessions. So we are really, really grateful, Mataji. Many, many thanks for accepting it. And we'll end the session, Mataji, by doing Krishna Pranam Mantra. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnavindi ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna
you.
Mataji. Thank you. Then Pranam.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna
Thank you
Mataji.
so much.
Dandat Pranam.
Thank you Mataji. Hare
Dandat
Bottom
Pranam.
of the heart.
Mataji.
Thank
Hare
you so
Krishna.
much.
Dandat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna.
Shall I end the session?